What's up, guys? This is Adam Gillespie with Rants and Sweaty Calves. That might be my new intro music. I'm gonna give it a shot for this video and see if it actually works out. If not, whatever. We'll move on. But that being said, I'm gonna take off the guitar, put it off to the side, and get into this video, in which Todd McFarlane, famous toy maker, talks about how corporations are systematically removing firearms from action figures. And yeah, it's actually kind of ridiculous to see. If we're taking everything into account here, we have to realize that there are certain things which creators have to do when it comes to other, how you say, content that they make. Anyways, Todd McFarlane talks about this. He Spawn creator and founder of McFarlane Toys, Todd McFarlane, recently confirmed that many of the companies that he partners with to create toys are requiring that the toys not come equipped with firearms. Really, really stupid if you ask me. And here's one, for instance. Peacemaker. Peacemaker has a big old gun. He uses that gun a lot, yet they give him a freaking sword? Now, look, Shartimus Prime, a toy reviewer, goes onto YouTube and does a review, and I think he might have asked this on Twitter. Shartimus Prime brought up the subject, asking, one thing that a lot of people have been talking about recently is the banning of plastic guns coming with the action figures. He then shows off his Thomas Wayne figure before continuing his thought. I feel like for the character it's important. It's a key part of the character. I wanted to get a little insight from your perspective on, are there no guns to be allowed anymore? Shartimus Prime continued, I remember being disappointed that the Peacemaker figure that you made did not come with a gun. I was like, it's part of his character. When it's a part of the character and the story, I feel a bit of frustration right there, and I'm kind of curious to know your perspective on that. Now, Todd McFarlane, famous toy maker, he responds, because you got all these pictures of all these characters that would normally have guns, and they don't have any. I mean, Joker, he's a bad guy. If you want to make guns bad, then why don't you just put guns on exclusively the bad guys and then give all the heroes the non-gun things, right? But here we got I'll go through the article a little bit slower. McFarlane answered, we've done hundreds of licenses over the years, and the people who own the brands and the IP, the intellectual properties, they are the boss, and they basically dictate us, not the other way around. Dictate to us, not the other way around. So if we say, hey, we want to make this character, and they say, nope, we don't ever want that character made, you never get to make them. It's just that simple, he asserted. Now, he's giving a preface as to the way that making toys in this industry works. And then he continues saying, so sometimes things come from higher up that are just given to us and we just have to abide. And I long ago stopped worrying about whether I agreed with them, because when you are dealing with big billion-dollar companies and they make their decision, they assume they're doing it for the betterment of those brands and their company and their strength and all the above. Have they made a decision about guns and action figures? Uh-huh. Are we abiding by it? Uh-huh. Did they ask my opinion? Nope. Would I have done it otherwise? Of course. What are you talking about, right? He declared. And yeah, Todd McFarlane, a guy who's been making toys for years now, who's made one of the most iconic characters in comic book history, Spawn, all these other things. He's the one who's saying, hey, I agree with you guys. I don't like the fact that they're doing this the way that they're doing it, and it's really kind of annoying to see it done this way. And here we have some more continuing sentiment from him. We're doing the best we can given that we have a new application towards the toys. It could alter some of the figures and characters we make, because if you're doing the Punisher and you can't put a gun, I guess he's still cool in his costume, we're coming up with alternative ways of putting other props that work or don't work, he said. McFarlane then reveals his creative workaround to this apparent edict from the companies like Marvel and DC Comics. Is there a workaround? I think so. Will we be coming up with some generic weapon packs? Yeah. Will they coincidentally fit into some of our toys? I don't know. You guys, as the customer, will have to see. So I like Todd McFarlane. He's like, I'll make some custom weapon packs that your characters can then use. Now, I won't sell them as part of the major brands because at that point, well, you'd have to get into a legal fight with DC or Marvel Comics. But I'll definitely put in some. Uh, I'll definitely put in some uh, custom gun props for you guys to use for your characters. Then I just gotta sell stuff separately, and then we'll go there. Look in the future here on Spawn.com or McFarlane Toy Store or something like. We'll just put out a weapons pack and let people decide whether they want some. McFarlane concluded. Now, I like Todd McFarlane. The guy is trying to be trying to he's trying to kind of toe the line. He's like, I'm a toy maker. I don't get to make the toys how I want. If the DC or Marvel companies don't want toys to have guns, then I can't do anything about it. It's sad, yes, but at the same time, I have no control over this. And there's no better representation of the mainstream comic industries trying to rid gun-wielding characters of their guns, not also their masculinity. Punisher. Now he's a ninja and he doesn't use guns. Stupid. His whole thing is I'm a vigilante who shoots people and kills them because of I'm seeking out vengeance. Now you can still get like gunslinger Spawn characters and other Spawn characters that'll have guns. I'm sure of that because he can make his own stuff on his own stories. But as for the mainstream comic characters, you're not going to get very many guns, unfortunately. And that's not necessarily something that we, as fans, like to see. But yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. It is really ridiculous if I'm being totally honest. But yeah, I'm a little bit upset at how stuff is going within the mainstream comic industry. In case you haven't seen some of my other videos, you know what I'm talking about. But this is kind of crossing the line when now you can't even allow for uh, a toy maker to be accurate to the character that's on screen or in the comics or in video games. You have to manipulate the toy maker to make it seem like guns were never part of the character's design in the first place. And that's just ridiculous. If you ask me, it's just ridiculous. It's stupid. It doesn't need to exist in that way. And these mainstream comic book companies are just driving themselves in the ground because of it. But yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are, okay? Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comment section. That's going to cut it for this video. If you liked this video, make sure to leave a like. I already said leave a comment in the comment section down below. That would be a huge help. I always appreciate you guys sharing your thoughts. I love to see our fellowship grow and kind of expand beyond what we have right now. We're already at like 67 subscribers. We're only like 33 away from having 100 subscribers. You guys are awesome. I do mean that from the bottom of my heart. So if you guys haven't yet, any viewers out there who haven't yet subscribed, make sure to subscribe and click that bell notification icon so that you're alerted to every single time I upload a new video. That way you never miss out, because YouTube unfortunately doesn't like to play by the rules and give people the stuff that they need in order to properly, do their job. But yeah, that's going to cut it for this video. Also follow me over on Rumble. I'm going to be uploading some stuff onto Patreon, and I hope you guys find that stuff interesting. I'll be sharing comic excerpts, sketches of characters, fully drawn out, colored in, inked in character sketches, so on and so forth. And yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you have a great day and a great rest of the week.